Hey everyone, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews, also home to the best MJ community. Today's Thursday, it's October 5th. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the troubles that continue for TAAT Global stock. They just had a reverse split and the stock was down over 50% today. Full disclosure, I am a shareholder. I've been adding this over the last couple of weeks. It's just a very, very small position. I think it is worth the risk versus reward. And we're going to take a look at the chart, what to expect in the days, weeks ahead. But it's down over 99% from all-time highs. Again, stock just continues to get destroyed. Most names in the MJ space are down 80-90% plus, so it's not completely unheard of at the moment, but definitely struggles in the stock at the moment, and a lot of people are concerned about the long-term viability of this company, and rightly so. But like I said, it is worth the risk for the potential reward opportunity. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And first and foremost, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only and informational purposes. You should not take anything I say or write as financial advice, or you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I write or say. So again, do your own research and buy something because you want to buy it, not because somebody else said they're buying it or they think it's a good buy. Also, make sure to give Pow Group a follow on X, which is previously Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Also verified, so I got the blue check mark. Again, the handle for that is @GroupPow. So as you can see, we did a 10-to-1 reverse split on Monday, October 2nd, and just today we're down over 50%. And if we go from the all-time high, which was $6 pre-split, which is now $60 post-split, because it's a 10-for-1, it's now down about 99.5%. So again, a lot of names in MJ down 90+%. The average from February 2021 and all-time highs and 52-week highs is about 85%, right, from those highs. So it's basically just falling victim to the rest of the sector. It's not immune to the weakness in the sector, but it's definitely one of the weaker ones. And a lot of people probably thought that, maybe even a couple of days ago after the reverse split occurred, that we would more than likely see, we've seen the bottom. But as you can see, just today, down over 50%. So this is definitely a very volatile name at the moment. There's definitely risk. This could definitely go to zero. Like I said, their moat isn't that great, and there's a lot of competitors out there. It could be a buyout target essentially as well. But right now we have no weekly resistance all the way up to about $1.90. So if this thing just goes back to its all-time high, you're looking at about a 200x, right? So 500, let's say, you put $500 or $1,000 into this thing, the most you can lose is $500, or the most you can lose is $1,000. I'm probably only going to put $500. I've got a few $100s into it so far, and I think I'm down about 40% right now. I added again today, down about 40% on that position, but I've been dollar cost averaging, and I added basically half of my original position today. So that cut my loss down from like 60% down to 40%. But again, I'm only putting in a few $100s at the moment. The max I'll put into this is 500. But if this thing goes back to all-time highs, you're looking at about a 200x from current levels. So $500 investment into 100 grand. Most I can lose 500. Okay, I'll take that bet all day long, right? So again, I reviewed this. If you go to the Pow Group YouTube channel, click on playlists, and then go to documentaries. I've done a couple documentary videos on my trips to like Las Vegas. I went to Colorado, and one of the products that I reviewed there, and you can even go to product review playlist as well. But in there, I review the TAAT products. So they're not bad. I went to Florida. I saw similar products there, hemp cigarettes. They weren't nearly as good as TAAT, but I'm not a smoker. So maybe someone in the comments, if you've tried these, let me know your thoughts and opinions. And do they kind of satisfy that craving of cigarettes, right? So that's something similar. They taste similar. Or they have that technology and the mimicking of actual tobacco without having any nicotine or tobacco in it. But let me know if anybody has tried them, if you're a smoker, if it actually helps, kind of quench those cravings in terms of, nicotine and having an actual smoke. I'd be curious to hear from you. But like I said, we are extremely beaten down at the moment. We are weekly oversold. We're not monthly oversold, which is actually kind of astonishing. But like I said, it's definitely worth the risk to reward. And even if we just go back to EMA 12, you're looking at about a 10x from current levels. EMA 26 would bring us up to about 32x. So again, this could be, it's very possible that this company does not make it through. It's entirely possible it's not viable for the long term, right? It might not stand the test of time, but that's why I'm only putting a few $100s into this thing, max $500. So again, this is a YOLO position for me. I reviewed their products. A lot of people were passionate about this thing, and it just got absolutely destroyed in this brutal multi-year bear market that we've been in, right? If we take a look at the weekly time frame, we're well below the 10-week moving average, and we're just starting to see a bear cross of the stochastic and the MACD. So that is not good. We could even go lower from here. by the looks of it. And again, I might look to add one more time for a max of $500 that I'll put into this. But let me know in the comments if you bought this thing, if you're bag holding, if you've just been starting to add it. Are you selling? Are you sick and are you jumping ship kind of thing? Are you sick and tired of seeing this thing go down? Always love hearing from you. I'm curious what the community is up to at this point. It's been a while since I did a video on TAAT as well. But yeah, it's not looking good. But even if we were to just come back to our weekly weekly moving averages or MAs, we do have the 50 weekly there at $3, which we have a lack of resistance. And then even the daily moving averages, we have nothing nearby until 111, which is the 50-day moving average. Generally, we get extended to the upside and we come back and we gravitate back towards it, confirm it as support, lose it, confirm resistance, and then we have the death cross with the 50 above the 200-day. Could be a couple of months before we see a golden cross occur this time. But like I said, it's all going to depend on the long-term viability of this company. If it makes it through to the other side and survives this brutal MJ bear market, this could be one that could really start to fly into the end of the year here, as I'm expecting a massive rally into the end of the year. We have safer banking. We have DEA coming back with a response to HHS's recommendation of Schedule 3. We also have Florida hearing scheduled for November 8th. We have tons of monthly uptrends and weekly EMA 12 and 26 bull crosses and golden crosses across the sector. So it's looking really good here into the end of the month, and it's looking like end of October and November could be when we form a bottom and we really start to see some upside and a massive rally into the end of the year. But can't stress this enough that this is super volatile. If you're entering this name, I highly encourage you to enter at your own risk. This isn't financial advice. Buy it because you believe in it and you think it's a nice rebound opportunity. But again, the downside is somewhat limited, now down over 99%. The most you can lose, let's say you put in even a couple $100, right? The most you can lose is a couple $100. And for a 200x potential gainer here, a 200x bagger, it's well worth the risk in my opinion. But definitely leading the downside today, the rest of the MJ sectors heading towards daily oversold conditions. The S&P 500 also had a daily bear flag targeting about 408, so we could see a little bit more sustained selling pressure there, at least in the short term. But like I said, into the end of the year here, it's looking like we could see a massive rally, and I think TAAT, being one of the more beaten down names, would definitely be one of the top gainers in the next bull run, right? So again, not to say there's no risk. There's definitely a ton of risk, but again, just kind of taking some risk off the table by only using a small amount of capital that I'm chucking towards this thing. But again, let me know your thoughts and opinions. What are you doing with regards to the TAAT stock? Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you dollar cost averaging? I always love hearing from you. Going in it there, though, it's Rod with Powell Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Hope you have a fantastic day ahead, and we'll probably get another video or two out later on today. But thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. It's Rod with Powell Group. We'll see you again on the next video.